Solis, and this is Gender Stories. And because everyone has stories. Today, my guest, Maricah. Maricah, how are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm good, thank you. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Maricah. I'm 23 years old, transgendered woman from the Philippines.
Yeah. So, what makes you busy today? Are you finished college, right?
Yeah, I finished my degree in sociology
Cool.
from a state university in the southern part of the Philippines. And I also took some vocational courses in cosmetology, fashion designing, and I just finished my course in International Culinary Arts at the American International Culinary Arts Institute of the Philippines.
That's amazing. Proud trans. Tell me about your childhood. Did you have a happy childhood or?
Generally, I could say that I have a happy childhood. I grew up in a family which accepted me, but not really to the extent, because my father is a very strict Christian, very religious man. But when I grew up, my parents and my family slowly accepted me, and I did not really have a very bad childhood. I was just bullied outside from my family. I was bullied at school, which is actually normal.
That's true. How old are you when you know that you're different?
It's actually inside me that it's a weird feeling. When I was a little kid, around 6 years old, I really used to be feminine, and people call me gay. And I didn't really believe that I'm gay. I thought, I'm not really gay, I'm something else. And then when I reached high school, and then when I discovered transgendered women exist, and that's when I know who I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a beautiful transgender woman just like you, which I looked up to when I was younger.
Thank you. What age are you taking hormones and all this?
Actually, I could say I'm a late bloomer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was in elementary and high school, people used to call me gay, and I never really believed. But when I realized that I'm actually different, and I discovered there are transgendered women, back on college, I decided to transition, and it was a tough ride for me because people's reaction might be from positive and negative. Some people really don't like, and they insult you, and they tell you, look at you now, what have you become, you're different. And I would tell them, it's who I am. Who are you to judge me? My truth is different from yours.
Cool. So where did you get your courage to this is it, this is the time that I wanna transition, I wanna be a woman that.
Because I want to be happy. I don't want to pretend to be someone else whom I'm not. Yeah. I just want to I just want to be happy in life and do what I want, because I tried to be a man for the sake of my family. I used to dress up like a man. I used to date women, which is actually twisted.
That's cool.
Yeah, I did, but I couldn't stand it. And it was quite hard for me because I was religious back then. And when I transitioned, I hide a lot to those people from the church. I'm just like, oh my gosh, hope they don't see me. But I had to be true to myself. Now I think they know me, and I think some of them are really happy that I'm being true to myself.
How was the status of your love life? So are you single, married, in a relationship?
I'm in a relationship with a foreign man who is in around 30s, and we've been together for nearly a year. So I think next month would be our first year anniversary.
That's congratulations.
But before that, I also had a previous relationship with which I was hurt, and which I was emotionally and physically abused. Yeah.
How was it? What was the abuse?
I didn't really believe that, because that was my first time to be in a relationship. I thought it's normal. What he was doing to me was normal. He treated me like I'm not a human being. Wow. Yeah. So it was a hard time for me, but then I learned my lesson. And now I had the second relationship. It took me time. It took me a very long time to pray to God to give me the right person. And now I'm really happy that I found the right person for me. I'm proud of him, and all of the people, my friends, my family knows him, and I bring him to my family to meet my family. So I can say that I have a healthy relationship now.
I'm happy for you guys. So Maricah, she's here in Thailand because why?
I have just fully transitioned from a pre-operative transgendered woman to a post-operative. So that means that I have changed my genitalia to a woman. And I could say that I have made a very great decision. I'm very happy and I have no regrets of doing it. Because before, there are a lot of horror stories about transitioning, and people would just tell you that don't do it. It's a big mistake in your life. You would be depressed. But it's what I want ever since.
True. I think that's good.
And then when I transitioned, I thought that it would be that difficult, it would be that painful, but it's actually a very smooth process because I try to be healthy, and I did the right steps for faster recovery.
That's good, yeah.
So now I'm very happy to transition, and it's what my partner likes to.
Now that's good because you match, you like it, and he also supported you. And then how many weeks now? A month or weeks?
It's only been, I think, 21 days.
21 days. It's a major operation, but look at you. I can tell that this is what you want, because if you really wanted to, you can feel that the healing is really quick,
Yes.
because you wanted to, not being forced or like someone told you have to.
The second day, the day after my surgery, I stood up, even though I feel like fainting and falling in the ground. I stood up. On the third day, I was walking. On the fourth day, I went out of the hospital. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And after 10 days, they took out my catheter and I'm back to normal. No bleeding and no pain. Because it's mental preparation as well.
Agreed. Like you need to be like physically and mentally
prepared and emotionally.
Correct.
Because you could have sometimes breakdown.
Yeah, that's true.
So there are no horror stories of sexual reassignment surgery of transition. There's no horror stories. There would be if you would think negatively, but it's not. You should look at the bigger picture. There are positive things that the transitioning could give to you. You cannot come back. That's what the doctor told me. Once you do it, you cannot come back. So my mental preparation that I did is, I actually thought that I actually set in my mind that transitioning is a process. First, you would experience a lot of pain, excruciating pain. Second, there's a big chance that you would regret your decision. And third, I think that when you're physically okay, when you're back to normal, you would realize the good effects of the surgery and the changes it could lead to your life, and that is the process.
That's true.
But me, I just went from like doing the surgery and day one, I skipped everything today to being happy because there was not a lot of pain. I think my pain tolerance is quite high.
So, oh my God, it's amazing. It takes a lot of guts for you to do that. Like myself, I am not operated. I am still pre-op, but that's for them. So everyone is different. So if you really wanted to do it, do it. But if you don't, just don't do it. Like maybe the world is turning around. Maybe I do it sooner or later. But
it's a personal choice.
Sure, correct. What makes you happy and what makes you cry?
What makes me happy is I appreciate the things in life, like being healthy, being physically healthy. I am very happy about that. I have a family who loves me and accepts me for who I am. Actually, I did not tell my family about my transition. I did not have the courage, and it's just that I felt really I felt anxiety because I want to go home and see them, but I could not hide it. It's impossible to hide it, especially it's just 1 month. You have to clean it, even dilate. It's so impossible to hide it. But my boyfriend talked to my family and he let them understand my situation. And now I did not receive any like scolding, especially from my mom. So it's actually a very good experience that my family, even they accepted my transition. What makes me sad, just to answer your question, is what makes me sad is if I think if I could lose my family, that makes me sad. And it also makes me sad to see there's some transgender woman who needs help and who needs a helping hand. Some are struggling, some are being beaten, some are being discriminated, some are jobless. That also makes me sad. But let's always think at the brighter side of life, because I believe in positivity.
Correct.
Positive in life.
That's true. I agree with you.
Because it reflects your life. If you're negative, your life will be negative.
Sure, correct.
So I focus on the positive.
That's good. What is your advice to the parents? To those parents who have LGBT children, what can you say?
It's very simple for me because there are a lot of factors why parents reject their children if they're part of the LGBT community because of religion. One reason is because of the society, what they would say to your family. Well, I think that what my advice to them is that you just have to love your children, because at the end of the day they're still human beings. And I don't think that God does not hear us, because we're also human beings. So we just have to love them. You just have to love your children as who they are and lead them to the right path. Because some transgender women who have bad childhood, who've been physically assaulted by their parents and not accepted, they turn on the other side. They become bad people. Some of them resort to prostitution and even stealing. So if you guide your children, they could be someone, they could be a doctor, they could be a professional, they could be someone. Because it's not a choice to be a transgender. It's innate, it's within us.
True.
Like we cannot hide it, we cannot change it. I've been there, I tried to change it, but no, it's our fate that we are different.
We're born this way. Thank you, sis.
Thank you so much for the time and
Take your half of one. Thank you for your time, and thanks for interviewing and sharing your experience. And thank you so much. And guys, thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, and you can click subscribe, comment, or like if you have any question that I can answer your question regarding to gender stories. Would love to answer that, or my friends can. And always remember, be kind to one another, accept yourself, love yourself for you to love the world. So take care and have a wonderful evening.
Kapun ka.